Mikhail Massa video, like and subscribe. The Book of Enoch reveals that before the fallen angels, Nephilims, beasts Rev 13, all the human population of the earth was black. The evil spirits, Neanderthal gene then mingled with daughters of men and gave birth to the first pure white race, first pure Caucasian race. During that time, the son of Enoch by the name Methuselah took a wife for his son Lamech, all black. Then Lamech's wife bore Noah, a son with locks, afro hair, but with strange Caucasoid features, most likely albinism, and thought he was one of the children of the fallen angels, but his grandfather Enoch with the wisdom of Yah assured him that he was a Negro just like them all and definitely the seed of their people, and that the Most High had a greater purpose for baby Noah. It's common sense that God created man in his own image both physically and spiritually as per the Book of Genesis 1 hour 26 minutes and 28 seconds and Wisdom of Solomon 2:23, and since the original man was black, that makes the Creator to be in the same image as his people. This can also be backed up by the Bible, Daniel 7 verse 9, and science. In the Book of Genesis, we see Noah, a black man, being used by the Most High to destroy the Nephilim, Neanderthal, bloodline through the floods. Yet the Book of Enoch does not say that all the descendants of these evil creatures died out, instead it strongly claims that they are still living among us today. Outside the Bible, could this be part of the reason Bantu languages refer to the Caucasian race as Mzungu, Mindel in contradiction to Mungu, Nzambi the Creator? And the reason most African witch doctors, including the voodooists, paint their visages, sometimes whole body white before practicing witchcraft is because they are evoking the same evil spirits. There's also a lot of superstitions in East Africa that people with albinism carry unnatural powers. Let I remind you that modern science claims that the original man to be of Central East African origin. Science also confirms that all people of the world has the Neanderthal DNA, in exception only for the sub-Saharan Africans and their descendants in the diaspora who have not mingled with the Caucasian race. The only race that had a reason to deduct this truth from the Bible are the Caucasians. They did so before coming to Africa and enslaved the pure black people through feeding them lies, Bantu Israelites in majority. The giant description of Nephilim is most likely a metaphor of not a physical appearance but rather based on the amount of knowledge these creatures had that surpassed that of men as mentioned in the Book of Enoch and Genesis, and the height conception is nothing but a Caucasian deception deflecting from the truth. My analysis can also be associated with the fact that to today only the Caucasian race has in possession most of the knowledge of the underground resources including precious stones. That's been under our feet for centuries, not concluding that black people do not possess this knowledge either, but the rate of black people with such knowledge is 1 to 100 thanks to the Rothschild family. Another fact is the Bible description of Canaanites before Israelites taking the land. The Canaanites were referred to as giants despite the fact that Israelites have been mistaken for Canaanites, Egyptians many times. Yes, they could have been taller than average Israelites but not above human nature. This Nephilim descendants are the Caucasian race, including the Europeans, Asians and all of their hybrids. If you read deeply enough through every line of the Bible and the so-called lost books, you will be able to critically appreciate the significant evidence that's been suppressed from the common knowledge. If not, then may the Most High open your eyes. You can't honestly believe that white people just happen to come straight out of us now, can you? Or that ape, most ignorant and racist Darwin evolution theory? Simple common sense: if a black man and a melanin woman laid down and gave birth to a white child, the child will most certainly be albino, Noah and Esau, and if a black man lays with an albino woman, the fact is that they will most likely give birth to a pure black child, be it melanin or albino. But the interesting facts are, if a black man lays with a white woman, the child will be somewhat look foreign, different, mix. It is evident that there are two totally different genes on planet Earth. There's the Eve or black woman gene, and a complete different Caucasian gene, which makes it so that whenever a black person mingled with a white person, the child might still be considered melanated, but his skin pigmentation will certainly be different to that of his melanated parent. Keeping in mind that black albinos still have pure black babies. Now, if white people are part of the evolved albino race, when did they stop giving birth to black babies? There's also that rage white people have towards black people that you cannot put a finger on, right? Throughout history they've sought to destroy black people, just like their ancestors Nephilim wanted to wipe out humanity. Well, don't believe me, use your critical thinking. And if you think this is hate speech, read the Bible for yourself. Book of Enoch 106. 1. And after some days my son Methuselah took a wife for his son Lamech, and she became pregnant by him and bore a son. 2. And his body was white as snow and red as the blooming of a rose, and the hair of his head and his long locks were white as wool, and his eyes beautiful. And when he opened his eyes, he lighted up the whole house like the sun, and the whole house was very bright. 3. And thereupon he arose in the hands of the midwife, opened his mouth, and conversed with the Lord of righteousness. 4. And his father Lamech was afraid of him and fled, and came to his father Methuselah. 5. And he said unto him, I have begotten a strange son, diverse from an unlike man, and resembling the sons of the God of heaven, and his nature is different and he is not like us, and his eyes are as the rays of the sun, and his countenance is glorious. 6. And it seems to me that he is not sprung from me but from the angels, and I fear that in his days a wonder may be wrought on the earth. 7. And now, my father, I am here to petition thee and implore thee that thou mayst go to Enoch, our father, and learn from him the truth, for his dwelling place is amongst the angels. 8. And when Methuselah heard the words of his son, he came to me to the ends of the earth, for he had heard that I was there, and he cried aloud, and I heard his voice and I came to him. And I said unto him, Behold, here am I, my son, wherefore hast thou come to me? 9. And he answered and said, Because of a great cause of anxiety have I come to thee, and because of a disturbing vision have I approached. 10. And now, my father, hear me, unto Lamech my son there hath been born a son, the like of whom there is none, and his nature is not like man's nature, and the color of his body is whiter than snow and redder than the bloom of a rose, and the hair of his head is whiter than white wool, and his eyes are like the rays of the sun, and he opened his eyes and thereupon lighted up the whole house. 11. And he arose in the hands of the midwife, and opened his mouth and blessed the Lord of heaven. 12. And his father Lamech became afraid and fled to me, and did not believe that he was sprung from him, but that he was in the likeness of the angels of heaven, and behold I have come to thee that thou mayst make known to me the truth. 13. And I, Enoch, answered and said unto him, The Lord will do a new thing on the earth, and this I have already seen in a vision, and make known to thee that in the generation of my father Jared some of the angels of heaven transgressed the word of the Lord. 14. And behold they commit sin and transgress the law, and have united themselves with women and commit sin with them, and have married some of them, and have begot children by them. 17. And they shall produce on the earth giants not according to the Spirit, but according to the flesh, and there shall be a great punishment on the earth, and the earth shall be cleansed from all impurity. 15. Yea, there shall come a great destruction over the whole earth, and there shall be a deluge and a great destruction for 1 year. 16. And this son who has been born unto you shall be left on the earth, and his 3 children shall be saved with him, when all mankind that are on the earth shall die, he and his sons shall be saved. 18. And now make known to thy son Lamech that he who has been born is in truth his son, and call his name Noah, for he shall be left to you, and he and his sons shall be saved from the destruction, which shall come upon the earth on account of all the sin and all the unrighteousness, which shall be consummated on the earth in his days. 19. And after that there shall be still more unrighteousness than that which was first consummated on the earth, for I know the mysteries of the holy ones, for he, the Lord, has showed me and informed me, and I have read them in the heavenly tablets. Subscribe for more videos like that. Mikhail Massa.